expecting to do one of these vloggy kind of streams. But basically, I ran out of time today. Like my plan was, I was going to do these homework exercises, which I'm going to explain in just a second. Eat my dinner, stream, and then teach my chess lesson. But basically, okay, I'll need to explain the homework exercises for you to understand what's going on. So let me scoot back a bit. So recently, I guess over the last few weeks, I've been trying to do some regular calculation work. And what that entails is because, it's difficult for myself and I think everyone to motivate themselves to actually put in serious calculation work, I called up one of my former coaches to get to basically restart some sessions, but I wasn't interested in like having face-to-face lessons. I basically wanted someone to prepare some calculation exercises for me. I'd get them every week. I need to solve them, and I would send voice notes of my answers to my coach. He would review the exercises, review my answers, and then send me some feedback, either as a voice note or in written form. Basically, I'd get given like 2 to 3 exercises each week to try and solve. And this week I had 3 exercises to solve, and Wednesday is our review day, right? So we normally I send the answers like Tuesday evening or Wednesday, and I'll get the answers back on Wednesday. So I just finished all 3 exercises, and they were really brutal, actually. I mean, they're always brutal, but I think this week, I don't know what torturous activities my coach had in mind. But yeah, I gave it my best shot. The first one was really difficult. It was a defensive puzzle. I felt like I definitely have missed stuff. The second one, it was actually a real roller coaster, and it was one of the first times in a long while I've experienced this kind of adrenaline from like solving a really difficult position, where I think like sometimes in a game, if you have like a critical position where it's like make or break and you need to get it right, it can definitely fuel a lot of adrenaline. I felt this kind of roller coaster of like realizing one thing and then thinking it doesn't work, and then realizing another thing and then it doesn't work, and then somehow combining the things together and getting to an answer. Like, it was really rewarding. So I think I got that one correct. I mean, I will find out soon. And then the third exercise was this kind of late middle game, end game position, and I feel like I've almost definitely got it wrong because my coach said this one was the hardest one, and I feel like it wasn't like harder than the first 2, so I've probably missed something. But I also felt like this third exercise, like I could kind of navigate a bit more intuitively. So basically, yeah, I've sent those answers over to see what how I've done and see what feedback I get. And what I received back immediately was a message saying, "Oh, I played an interesting game yesterday. Let me give you a bonus exercise." And in my head, I'm like, "Oh, no, don't give me a bonus exercise. I don't have the time. Like, I've got to stream. I've got to teach a chess lesson. But I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say no to extra calculation work if he's going to go through the effort to send me it, right?" So basically this stream is going to be me solving this homework exercise, this 4th bonus one. So it's probably going to be a bit boring for you. I'll try and show you the board so you can solve it alongside me. Maybe you can set it up on Lichess or something like this. But yeah, that's basically the plan, because I don't have time to solve this exercise and stream and get ready for my chess lesson. I just don't have the time, so I'm gonna have to just do it this way. And yeah, Aryan, I'm doing very well. How's it going for you? Hope school is going well and you're not just getting swamped with exams. Nandi, oh my god, this is not gonna work. My eyesight's too bad to read the chat from back here. But Nandi says enfroom. I have no idea what that means. So please translate. Faith says hello bang. Hello, I guess. Hello. Again, I don't know what bang means, so you guys are gonna have to break it down for me. I mean, if you can talk in chess lingo, I can deal with that, or English, or some Cantonese, that can work as well. But otherwise, yeah, you're gonna have to explain what you're saying. So this exercise is black to play once I set it up, and the message is finding the attack is easy, calculating the best defense for white less so. I'm probably not going to find any of it easy, but I'll give it my best shot, and we'll see how it goes. Also, in recent news, like I had like a pretty bad tilt on Blitz like the other day, like on stream, and I played a bit more afterwards, and I just completely tilted down to almost 20 into the 2200s, right? I was down at 2300, low 2300s. I was like, this is like absolutely terrible. I mean, I should not be this low rated. So yeah, I've been playing a bit every day, and I've been trying to gain 25 points every day. So yeah, I've managed to gain 25 points each day since that blasted stream. So yeah, we're gonna try and push for higher. That's the goal. I mean, a long way to go until 2600, but yeah, just glad to be playing. And yeah, I feel like I was sharp today, so this was nice. Like I think I won 4, lost 1, so we can take those results. Okay, I'm just double checking I've got the right position. I'll show you guys as well. So you guys, if you're at home, I would recommend you set this up. And of course, yeah, please don't send please don't like write any answers if if you've checked Stockfish or something. Like, you're welcome to give it a shot yourself, but yeah, I want to try and solve this myself. Welcome, Hakeem. And Fatih, you're from Indonesia. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm in Indonesia too. I'm actually currently in Jakarta. Unfortunately, I can't read Indonesian though, and I don't have the capacity to translate what you're saying. So you'll have to you have to do the translating for me. Ian says, "Can you show us the puzzle?" Yes, this is the puzzle. So feel free to set this up. Welcome, Hakeem, as well. Yeah, feel free to set this one up. It's black to play. And I'm gonna try think, and then I'm gonna try give my answer. Okay, hopefully that's enough time for you to get it. I don't know if YouTube streams you can actually go back and set up. I'll just make some final rambling points as you finish setting up this position, but yeah, you should have it on the board by now. Waiting for 1 month until you come back home. I love how you say home, Hakeem. It honestly feels that way as well. I mean, basically, like I kind of realized that I made a lot of friends in Malaysia as well as Thailand, and I was thinking, like, I can go all out, trying to integrate in Vietnam as well as Indonesia, but I was just like, man, like I think like it's good to have some like places where you don't do much socializing and other places where you have a lot more. Like, I think it's good to have a bit of a balance. So yeah, I only know one person in Indonesia, and that's good enough, right? Like, I don't need any more than that. So yeah, okay, let's try and solve this. Okay, black to play. Find the attack. Okay, I'll speak this one out loud. Otherwise, you're literally just gonna be watching me silent. Maybe if you've got the position, maybe whoever like noted down the position, if you can just send the FEN on chat so that people can so like think about the puzzle as well. But okay. So 4-5-6, 4-5-6. So we've got knight and bishop against bishop pair. We've got an isolated pawn. They've also got an isolated c pawn. We've got a queen eyeing up their king side. Yeah, and like our bishop is on the line of their king. We've got a rook also facing that e-pawn as well as the bishop. The knight is threatening to come in. Just looks really promising. So, I mean, like, the move that comes to my mind first would be like knight g4. I mean, this move looks really nice, but okay, is there anything else to note about this position? I think our king is much safer. Don't know really what else to think about in this position. I mean, yeah, there's some tension between the knight and the bishop on d3. So, okay, what candidate moves do we have? So knight g4 is one. Maybe knight f3 check, but very ambitious. Bishop takes e3. Anything else? I mean, knight g4 feels like the most natural of the moves, but let's just calculate those other moves. So if bishop takes e3, pawn takes e3, maybe knight g4 now. And if anything, I feel like white's defensive task has got easier because their queen defends the second rank. So if bishop takes e3, pawn e3, knight g4, white could just play g3, hitting the queen and also protecting h2 laterally with the queen. I mean, we might still have an attack, but it feels like, yeah, we'd need to really invest some more time, and it doesn't feel so promising. And what about knight f3 check? Knight f3 check, pawn takes f3. Maybe rook takes e3, and if pawn takes e3, then bishop takes e3 check. But white's got a lot of moves there. White can even just play king h1, and we don't have a follow-up check, so again, not feeling too good about that. So let's think about this knight g4. I mean, is this just winning on the spot? I mean, knight g4 comes with the threat of queen takes h2. And even if that's not like mating, it weakens the king and we win a pawn. So that's already sufficient. Like if we could play knight g4 and queen takes h2, I'd be happy, I think. So knight g4, what can white play to defend this? I mean, h3 feels almost forced. What else can they try here? I mean, like the hint at the start is black to play. Finding the attack is easy. Calculating the best defense for white, less so. I mean, knight g4. What else can they do to defend on h2? Are you cold because you shiver a lot? I didn't realize I'm shivering. No, I'm not cold at all. Maybe it's just like I'm twitching or something from thinking. I have no clue. Let me catch up on what chat is saying. Can I solve it? I'm 900. I mean, you should try your best. Like, why not? Time to fully settle down in Malaysia. One day. I mean, I've got other business I need to sort out first, but yeah, for sure. Like, well, what's the visa called? Like, what's it called? My second home, retirement visa. Like, I swear to God, like that's my plan. So you're for sure. Like, we'll grow old together. Hakeem will be 70 years old, getting wrecked by some 10-year-old prodigies who are now playing like 2600 online in years to come, I'm sure. Hawker says, I like the look of the Gurgenitsa opening, but I sort of struggle to see how it could be viable to try to win 2,000 plus classical FIDE players who are prepped against it. Well, I'll have you know that, I mean, I've been playing Gurgenitsa and I've got so many games in the database now, like in classical. And the last tournament I played, I did experience someone like engine prepping me, but I just changed a move order. It wasn't a move order completely. I mean, I was playing for a slightly different setup, but I had the feeling that she was engine prepared. She actually played in Gotham Chess, his closed tournament in New York. Like her name is Irene Lutsinga, I think. She's Russian, 2200. And yeah, she engine prepared me, but yeah, I had the feeling that I was engine prepared, and therefore I knew what move she was going to play next because I know what the engine top moves are as well. And then I could play a move that basically meant that if she played the move that was engine top move, then I would actually be able to play a different move that gives me equality, pretty much, or close to equality. And yeah, she went right into it, and I got to this close to equality position, and then went on to even equalize. But then I got outplayed and I lost, which is annoying. But I mean, from the opening, it was completely fine. Maybe even slight advantage for black. So, I mean, these things you just got to be smart about it. I mean, you know, and I've given everything in this course. Like I'm giving alternative lines. I'm giving different lines of logic and thought when you experience certain positions and not, because also like these engine prepared lines, they're also very counterintuitive. So I think like for a player to just come up with it at the board, it's less likely, and that means you've actually got a bit of a insight about your opponent, right? Because if they're playing all those right moves, you then know that they're engine prepared. And the thing is, when you engine prepare a really deep line, I mean, this is what Brandon Clark, we spoke a bit at a tournament. I think it was the Major Open last year, and he basically played some 1900 who had prepped Brandon to death. And it was like, I don't know, 25 moves in, and Brandon was like, this guy is just playing all of the correct moves, and he's like 1900, like I don't understand. So he just decides to play like one really random move that's 100% unpreppable. The guy spends half an hour tanking, and 2 moves later he makes like a huge positional blunder and just loses. So I mean, this kind of like engine preparation, it's like, okay, I mean, if a really strong player does it, then that's fine. But also, you know, you got to imagine how much time they're going to invest as well, because they want to preserve energy. They also don't really want to prep like a line that's like so rare. It's not very efficient for them. You know, there's a lot of factors to go into this. So I understand your concerns, Hawker, but I would say that the line is strong. And I mean, I've also been like working on this with Damian Lemos, and we've really been pushing the opening to like really nice depths, to the point where I feel confident to play it. I mean, I want to get competitive after like my Southeast Asia travels are up. And yeah, when I get back, I think I'm gonna keep Garganet's Modern as my main. Like I'm really not afraid that people are gonna be able to like just win from the opening or something. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Okay, yeah, cheers Hawker for the question as well. But okay, so now we've got our candidate moves. I'll quickly just show you guys the position, so you can, for anyone who's just joining now, you can set it up and have a think. Of course, don't check with an engine. There's no point cheating. So yeah, have a think about this. Maybe take a screenshot or something that can work as well, and have a look at that. But yeah, it's black to play. So okay, let me have a think. Okay, so I think then I want to look at this knight g4, and the first question is h3 absolutely forced? Really feels like it is. So okay, knight g4, maybe we'll see like a different candidate later from a resulting analysis, but okay, knight g4, h3. What can black do? So this moment we've got a bunch of candidate moves. I mean, knight takes f2 looks really juicy. Knight takes e3 as well. I know what you mean about the shivering now, Gloin. I think it's like, yeah, just kind of like, I don't know if you have seen like chess players, like they shake their legs a lot. I think it's just like when you've got like a lot of pent up energy and you have just been sitting at a desk all day. I think you start to get restless. So yeah, no, it's not shivers, just adrenaline. I think so. So knight g4 h3. So yeah, knight takes f2, knight takes e3 are both options. Maybe bishop takes e3 is promising as well. Okay, let's start with any of them. So knight takes f2. If knight takes f2, the point being is if queen takes f2, I've got bishop takes e3. And that looks extremely strong. So knight g4, h3, knight takes f2. I mean, are we not just extremely happy there? I mean, honestly, our position looks really solid. Maybe the problem is there might be some rook takes b6 somewhere, right? Like knight g4, h3, knight takes f2. Maybe they can play rook takes b6. Because if we just take back on b6, then they can take queen takes f2. And I'm not winning the queen. So maybe knight g4, h3. Knight takes f2, rook takes b6. And what do we do there? So what about knight g4, h3, knight takes e3? Because that hits the queen, so there's no time for rook takes b6. But okay, what happens there? So if pawn takes, we can go bishop takes, check. And king h1 or king f1 are both candidates. Probably king h1 feels safer. I don't feel like I've got something there. Maybe bishop f4? But it's very slow. It's very slow. I feel like there's no way I have the time to play queen g3 and queen h2 mate. So knight g4, h3, knight e3, pawn e3, bishop e3, king h1, bishop f4. How could they try and defend that? Well, they can't go bishop c1 because I've got rook e1 mate. So how do they actually defend? How do they cover that g3 square? I don't even see. So hold on a sec. Knight g4, h3, knight takes e3, pawn takes e3, bishop takes e3, check. If king f1, are we winning there as well? Maybe we can go rook e6 to try and play for rook f6. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks extremely promising. Knight g4, h3. Knight takes e3. I feel like they're forced to take. Bishop takes e3. If king h1, bishop f4. I guess we could play g3. Because if queen takes h3 check, there's always queen h2 to block. And we have sacrificed a piece. Maybe we get like, maybe even 4 pawns for it, but I'm not sure how happy I am with that. So okay, knight g4, h3, knight takes f2, rook takes b6, I think is forced. Now I'm thinking if we can play knight takes d3, because I'd have to move the rook. I think they can just move the rook somewhere. Like rook back to b1. I think it's fine. See what chat is saying. Oh yeah, how to do it? No, so yeah, I would say that okay, let me quickly I'd say screenshot the position from here. So just screenshot what you can see on the screen. Like, okay, if you're on a laptop, then take like a snipping tool and just screenshot this. And okay, the pieces, like, there's a bishop on b6, a knight on e5, rooks on e8 and d8. The pawns are evident, the queen is evident. And then for white, yeah, they've just got bishop on d3, bishop on a3, and then the pawns. So just, yeah, screenshot this and try and solve together with me. But yeah, knight g4, h3. Knight takes f2, rook takes b6. Another idea is knight takes h3 check there. If pawn takes h3, maybe rook takes e3. Do we actually have like some huge mating attack if they just move the rook back somewhere, like rook back to b2? We can go rook g3 check, and on king f1, maybe we've got queen takes h3 check. And on king e1, Jesus. Then at the least, I think we can take on d3. Oh god, this is so complicated. Knight g4, h3, knight takes f2, rook takes b6, knight takes h3 check, pawn takes h3, rook takes e3. So at that moment, we are actually down 2 pieces there. And they can move that rook anywhere. They've got a free move to save that rook. If we manage to take that rook, we might not even be, like, we might only be like a point up. But their king is still weak, so I feel like they have to move the rook. So if they play like rook b2, we go rook g3 check, king f1, queen takes h3 check, king e2 or king e1. I guess on king e2, we've got rook g2 check and we pick up the queen. If king e1, I feel like we've got rook takes d3. So we're still a piece down, but his king is completely wide open. I feel like we're threatening rook e8 check, and I think if white tries to play queen e2 or something, we can always play rook e3, skewering the queen to the king. So I don't know if this is a case of long variation, wrong variation, but it all feels quite forcing. Knight g4, h3, knight takes f2, rook takes b6, knight takes h3 check. I think they really have to take it. I mean, if not, I just take the rook on b6. So yeah, knight g4, h3, knight takes f2, rook takes b6, knight takes h3 check, pawn takes h3, rook takes e3. Am I missing anything else here? I feel like that looks really strong. What if they try bishop f1? So knight g4, h3, knight takes f2, rook takes b6, knight takes h3 check, pawn takes h3, rook takes e3, bishop f1. Maybe that's a strong defensive resource. That's very annoying, actually. Yeah, if that bishop makes its way back to g2, then I actually have nothing. So okay, what's the material like though? So in the starting position it's equal. Knight g4, h3, knight takes f2, we're up a pawn. Rook takes b6, we're up a piece. Knight takes h3, we have 2 pawns for a piece. G takes h3, they're up 2 pieces for 2 pawns. Rook takes e3, I have 3 pawns for 2 pieces. They go bishop f1, and I take the rook on b6. So I have a rook and 3 pawns for 2 pieces. So material-wise, points-wise, that's good. But what does the actual final position feel like? I think it feels promising. I think it feels promising. I mean, his king is still weak. Yes, he's going to be able to safeguard it with bishop g2. But we have two rooks. I mean, it's very easy to double them up as well, like play rook d to e8. I feel like our king is safe enough. I feel like that's better for black. So I think if that's the case, then I think I'm happy. Knight g4 h3, knight takes f2, rook takes b6, knight takes h3, g takes h3, rook takes e3. Any more rook moves I need to consider here? No, I really think this looks good. Yeah, I think I'm going to lock in with this answer. So wow, I actually spent like a good 20 minutes, I think at least, on this because I had some rambling thoughts and yeah, I don't know what else, but yeah, I think I feel good. So I'm gonna send that answer over now, and yeah, I gotta get ready for my chess lesson. So probably today is just gonna be a bit of a shorter stream. But yeah, tomorrow I'm looking forward to checking out this area of Jakarta, which is quite like a trendy place to go. It's called Block M. So yeah, I'll probably just spend a day there and see how that goes. And yeah, bring my laptop because yeah, I still need to keep writing, keep editing. I mean, one great thing is I finished like the theory section of the course, which was like, you know, a really monumentous task, and I'm really satisfied with everything I've written. So yeah, I need to now do the rest, all of the bonus chapters and some advanced material, alternative theory, and model games. You know, so you know, still a long way to go. But yeah, I will keep it up, and yeah, I'll let you guys know if I got the answer next stream, or maybe I'll leave it in the comments below if you guys want to check that out later. So yeah, okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Bit of a different stream today. Just didn't have enough time to solve these exercises and do a normal stream as well. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and see you guys on Friday. Okay, adios.